So I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of knots using this rope so it's a little bit easier for you to see. A number of tutorials I've seen just say tie a knot, so basically we're tempted to wrap it around and tie a knot like so, like you would with the first stage of tying your shoelace. And then that may not be big enough, especially on some of the smaller strings, so you might tie, a second knot. And you might be lucky to get it in the right spot. But if the second knot is not exactly in the same spot, what you'll end up is two knots that are the same size but in two different places, and that could pull through the bridge, and then that could pull through the bridge. So what we want is a more efficient and better knot. So if this is my length of string, this is the end here, if I wrap it around underneath, so I've got the end coming underneath the loop, as it were, I grab the loop and twist it towards the end, which creates this kind of a pattern, and then I bring the end through the hole and pull, and I have what's called a figure 8 knot. And as I pull that tight, you can see that it's a big knot and it's not going anywhere. Now, you may want to double that up. In doubling that up, very simply, again, bring the end underneath the rest of the string that's coming out of the guitar, and making sure the knot is on this side and the end is on that side. Again, flip it over, so then it looks like this. Bring the end through, and voila, we have a double figure 8 knot. Now that knot is huge in comparison to the two knots that we created earlier. Another method that you could try is sometimes using string balls, which could be you can buy separately, or you can reuse beads or balls at the end of electric guitar strings or acoustic guitar strings and so forth. They can be tied on to the string as well. Now for the size, I'm going to use this roll of tape to represent my bead or my string ball. So a couple of methods are to tie a knot first, put the string ball in, and then tie another knot to kind of secure it. But it's a bit lackadaisy. There's a bit of play there. If that knot pulls through, then we're pulling on the string ball here, and then we're relying totally on the second knot. The first knot becomes useless, and that could slip at any point. So that's probably not my preferred method. So the way that I like to do it is feed the ball onto the string, and then we want to make sure, as before, we slip the end underneath, and what we do is we've created the loop with the string ball, and then the end of the string is underneath. Grab the loop, twist it over, grab the end, feed it through. And again, we created this figure 8 knot, but we have the ball secured within the knot. And then as we pull it tight, we have the ball and the knot there. Now if you wanted to do a double knot, bring the end underneath with the ball and the knot. The ball's not going anywhere, it's tied in the knot. Twist it over, feed the end through the hole, we have a second figure 8, and there we've got a monster. You'd be lucky to get that through the sound hole, let alone pull through the bridge. Okay, but a single figure 8 knot on that ball, a string ball, would be sufficient to lock it into place. Okay, now string ball, place it on the string, lots of length there, so that's okay. So bring it underneath. So we've got our knot like so, our loop, okay, our end is here, our ball's on here. We twist it over once, so that way we have a twist in it. Then we feed our end through, and then we pull, and then we pull tight. And then we have a beautiful secure knot. Just give that a nice pull. We can use the pliers if we want to just give it a little bit extra tug. Don't forget to cut the excess off before you string it up. Make sure you do that.